Welcome once again to Living in the 21st Century. Joining me today is Ravi, owner of the New England Eagles Minor League. And also joining me is Ravi Uppalapati. He is a managing partner of New England Eagles also. And I want to welcome you both gentlemen to this show this morning. And I hope everything is doing well with you.
Thank you so much, Errol, for having us. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Ravi, tell me something. And Ravi Rao, by the way. I'm sorry. Tell me something. Cricket was played in the New England area here in Massachusetts, actually, since 1902. That's like approximately 119 years ago. And I think it is very rich in history. But one of the things that I think was lacking over the years is that it never got the recognition it ought to have. Now, I know you had bought over this franchise and you're owner of it, and I know you are a man destined with vision. So tell me a little bit of what's going on right now.
Right. So just a small correction. It actually started in 1906 in Massachusetts.
Okay.
And it's been 115 years now, 116 years. Mm-hmm. But, it's been played regularly since 1970s. Every year there is a state league that happens in the summer, mm-hmm. primarily a more recreational league. Mm-hmm. But, the league has grown. The local leagues have grown leaps and bounds since in the last 20 years. I mean, it used to be like hardly 8-10 teams participating in the league. Now we have over 50 plus teams participating in the Mass State Cricket League. There are over 50 plus teams participating in a tennis ball league. And then there is, Connecticut and Southern Connecticut all put together. There's an additional of 30 plus teams over there. So definitely cricket has grown leaps and bounds, Errol, in this region. And, with that vision, the USA cricket never had a nationwide a T20 tournament across the country. I mean, there were many open tournaments like US Open or LA Open or a Chicago Open or a Houston Open tournaments, but and it was like a weekend affair, but never was an organized cricket tournament across the nation. And this is the first time the people behind this, American Cricket Enterprise, they came forward, had partnerships with USA Cricket Association as well as affiliated with ICC. And they started putting together this whole T20 league across the nation with 27 cities participating across 25 plus venues now. And this is the real and the big thing that happened. And today is the first day of the season one kickoff. And right now I'm actually in Florida. In a few more hours, our team is going to play Washington, D.C. In the Mac Cricket Stadium in Fort Lauderdale.
That's beautiful. So, Uppalapati, tell me a little bit about your role in the New England Eagles.
Yeah. First of all, thank you, Errol and AACS TV for having us. This is really exciting to share our thoughts about cricket. Myself and Ravi Rao started our Eagle Cricket Club back in 2000. So we have been, we were colleagues in a company, and we ran into some teams playing cricket in the area. So we moved. In 1997, I moved here into the States from India. So we both were venturing out on a weekend and accidentally ran into a cricket match. So we just started Eagle Cricket Club, which we have, that has grown leaps and bounds, as Ravi Rao said, right? So when we started, there was not many teams playing back in 2000. So now it's growing, and I am part of this. So myself, Ravi Rao, and a few others, we took an opportunity. We saw, I think this is a great opportunity for cricket growing nationally in the United States. So we took the opportunity. So we are joining the Major League Cricket, and I am one of the partners in New England Eagles. but along the way, we have done a lot of things in part of Eagle Cricket Club. One of the main things we did was youth camps. We conducted youth camps, which I think I still believe, and everybody believes that we have to start cricket at the grassroots level. So we have started. I have two boys. One of my oldest is also playing in the Massachusetts Cricket League now with Ravi and other players. So he's part of a team. He continued playing. So yes, it's been a very long journey. So we are seeing this is a new it's a new and exciting era of cricket starting in the United States.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, Rahul, I know years gone back we were together and so forth. I'm not a cricket expert. I don't have the knowledge of how cricket goes, but I think sometimes like a business person, right? And I had pitched out a few ideas then, which now those ideas are materializing. Tell me something, do you see room where eventually that you'll be having your team playing international matches, like you bring people from other countries to come here and play against a team from here? What are your immediate plans on having this go global on television and those kind of things? What is your business strategic plan as far as that concerned?
Very good question, Errol. And that's one of the reasons why we are actually working towards this one. In order to get, this area, though cricket has been played for over 100 years, we primarily are playing in using the matting wickets. The infrastructure qualities are very low. The grounds are not that great. And that's the first concern. Whenever we want to host certain games, especially with the international teams, your facilities has to improve, the infrastructure has to improve, you need a better grounds to play, and that's a prime agenda for New England Eagles. To that fact, both me, my partners Ravi, Uppalapati, Nitin, Pawan, Jack, we have a mission to get the best fields in less than 2 years within the New England region. What I mean by that is getting a turf wickets, which we are lacking. These are the natural turf wickets, which we are lacking in this region. And that's the first priority for us. Once we have that, right, the USA Cricket Association, as well as the minor major league organization, has a plans to bring in several associated countries to tour to United States for a month-long or 2-month-long tours, where those teams will start playing games in, say, Boston, Fort Lauderdale, Houston, or California, and all those locations. And that would be a great thing to happen, because in the past, probably like India came once, or a West Indies team came once and played in the Kenny Park in the Hartford area. But I don't think there's any major cricket that ever happened in the Massachusetts area, and that's something what we really want to change and bring that vision into this whole region and develop the infrastructure. So that's the top priority for us. And the second goal, you mentioned about the goals, right? What's our vision and goals? So the second is, obviously, as Ravi Uppalapati mentioned, we started doing the youth camps and all of that over the last 10, 11 years now. And during those times, there is no career path for them. I mean, they used to come as a summer clinics, play for 2 months, 8 weeks, 9 weeks programs, and they forget about the game. But we have now a mission to run an academy across the seasons, right? I mean, this is from January to December, every week, like a religious activity. I mean, the kids who are interested, who wants to develop the sport, so they have a place to go. So that's the whole goal. And to that fact, we partnered with Major League Academy, and the Boston has an academy now, which we launched a month back, and that will get into a better shape in another few weeks from now. And Ravi Uppalapati, who is along with us now, he is more responsible for developing that youth academy, and is looking at all the operations piece of it and trying to see how we could bring the best first class coaches into this region, station them here all around the year, and ensure that the kids get a minimum of 4 to 6 weeks, 6 hours of a dedicated time a week in training. So these are the two primary objectives. Obviously, yes, this is a business proposal. This is not a charity, obviously. So we do also have to figure out how this would sustain commercially for all of us, for especially for the owners who are running these two programs within this region.
Well, I'm glad you did mention that, because I think I've told you earlier, it happened coincidentally actually, that I have spoken to the leader of this city, I wouldn't call his name for professional reasons, about having access to a cricket field. And at that time I was speaking to Barry with the cricket team about having cricket played up here. But I had always envisioned of having a stadium built, and we had discussed this like for years actually, in a place where you can have cricket hosts to the highest level. And the reason for that, since I've spoken to that leader up here in this city, I was connected to a person who deals directly with sports tourism and within that financial aspect. And one of the things I would like to go through you, Ravi, I want to have a cricket team up here. I want to see that going. I would love to see a stadium built up here. I think up here is appropriate. You once were telling me that Rhode Island, you were looking at Rhode Island. Well, we are next door to Rhode Island anyway. And the reason for that, I think we may be able, if you can put together a strategic plan, and this is one of the reasons too, I will love you on our board, which we discuss, and even if you're a core partner, I want to be involved, that would be great. We can find a position there, because we want to add strength that we can submit a strategic plan to the person that want to link us with, that we can have access to that ground and probably access to getting the stadium built, and maybe even having a station built that can do that broadcast. And I know that's a whole lot of money, but I think that is about connecting with the right people to get things done. And by doing that, we can see things materialize in a more positive way. But we will discuss that. Otherwise, this is just for that portion. The other thing I want to look at, I know you have mentioned you would have brought in some folks from Guyana to play or something like that. So at this juncture, are you looking for like sourcing some best talent from other countries to come in whether it's coaching or playing or anything like that?
You want to go?
Sorry?
No, I was asking my partner to go.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. So I think currently the way it is, Errol, is right. So we are just depending on other. Cricket has become more of an immigrant sport, right, in this country. So that is one of the reasons why we have to go hunt for people from other parts of the other countries, right? So majorly when you mentioned Guyana, which is West Indies, as you guys know, West Indies was the number one team in cricket for many years, right?
Yes.
Many years, right? Nobody could beat the team. It was really like everybody was looking up to the team. So there is so much talent. Obviously we are talking about West Indies because it is pretty close to the States, right? It's almost like another hour from Florida. You have access to people there. So we do part of this major league teams. We have foreign players coming, but at the same time, once we start building this youth cricket and other development activities within the states, I think we would not have to do, bring people from other parts of the world. But certainly this stage, I think it's very crucial to bring those people, right? So we have seen, now we are hearing a lot of these superstars we grew up watching cricket, right? So they're all coming over to this country. I think initially it is very much required that some superstars from the other countries, they have played internationally. We need their presence here because we need others to just say they want to follow it, right? They want to follow cricket. They learn cricket. They come into the game. So initially, I think it's very important for us to get things started with international presence who have played in real thing.
Right.
But Errol, if you really think about it, I think this has to go like I think all the things are coming in place like another major league sport in this country, right? So I think as you see, any sport here, as I said, I have two sons, right? When we go through the high school to middle school, from all the way from like elementary school, they have a path forward, right? If somebody
Right.
picks football, then they have AAUs, they have other divisions, competitive divisions. So they have a good path to choose. So that is a good platform we have to provide to everybody so that I think, as I keep saying, right, 20 years ago, like there was nobody playing soccer, right?
Right.
I wouldn't say nobody. There's not many kids playing soccer.
That's right.
Now, like the first thing that gets filled up everywhere, every town, they open up registration, the soccer is filled up. So now I see lacrosse is coming up, it's picking up. So I think it's the same kind of infrastructure, but we still need, I think we now believe that there is a lot of money people are investing, and they're for the betterment of cricket. As you said, I think building stadiums, infrastructure is the key thing, along
Yes.
with starting from the grassroots level. So
Yes.
Just to add to it, Errol, obviously the talent is a shortage in this country, and we are relied on immigrant crowd. But at this point, there are two things that are happening. One is the Major League Cricket is employing several youngsters from other countries who wants to migrate to this country, to USA, and they are trying to sponsor their visas and trying to create them a full-time jobs here so that they could sustain themselves. So
Yes.
there is some kind of a money coming into the cricket. Earlier, this kind of a
Yes.
model doesn't existed,
Exactly.
and now Major League stepping in, and so that model has changed, and now it has created a path for people to take cricket seriously, even though there is not like hundreds and millions of dollars salaries are involved, but there is a decent salary structures or a financial structures that are in place for this young talent to migrate to this country and be the next superstars for this region, right? At the same time, we are looking, and the Major League and many other franchises are looking for the talent from all over the Caribbean, because that's the nearest destination for us. Where the players come from, Barbados, Jamaica, or Guyana, or Trinidad, all these islands, where the cricket is played, that's the area. I mean, the cricket community is growing in this country, and now there is a serious financial, compensations or financial incentives what players can get it. Earlier, they used to just get a game fee or something, but now Major League is employing full-time salaries for certain people who would be coming into this country, helping them in the coaching during the rest of the season, and then they will play the minor or the Major League games when the games happen. So,
Yes.
so that's the model what they are incorporating. And each academies, for example, the Boston Academy, which Ravi Uppalapati is going to be in charge of, he is looking for 2 senior coaches, right, who would be part of this whole academy, who will be living in Massachusetts and then will coach these kids full time. So there are now employment opportunities coming up. There are now financial incentives coming up with cricket. So this is a starting. And Errol, if all goes well, maybe in 5 years from now or 10 years from now, this will definitely become a major career path for many youngsters.
Yeah. Beautiful. Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, Ravi, because I'm going to tell you straight up. My son, his contract for coaching up in England finishes on the 14th of September. Right.
Wow.
I had indicated to him that what we would have discussed before, that he would be a good match, and he's excited. So I will let you speak to him at some point.
Send him along.
He can live here in Massachusetts. So the only thing you will have to do is sort out the immigration credentials if you need to. He already has a visa here So that shouldn't be a problem. But probably for work permit, I don't know. You can work that out. But he'd be ready to travel at any given time. You want him to come and start coaching. He plays cricket. He's good. He's in England.
Yes.
As I said, they were fighting in Ireland. It was Ireland or England. But unfortunately, England got him first. So.
No, get us all the best guys, Errol, right? Get all the best guys. We need all the good guys here.
Yes, definitely. But we will discuss that. But I want to talk more about the juicy part of cricket. We know that football had came in recently, soccer, and started to dominate the American culture. But I think before with cricket, it wasn't given the kind of attention it really needed to. And now corporate eyes really getting a view or a vision of what substance financially that this game is responsible for. I mean, there are nations right now that depend solely on cricket to build their gross domestic product, and even in some cases, their gross national product. So cricket is more than just a game, but is a financial and economic substance for small nations and those who can hardly have an industrial format of living for their country. Cricket does it all. The second largest sport after soccer. It's like, it is worshipped like a god, if you put it that way. I love the game. Unfortunately, I only know how to take a bat and swipe at a ball, but I don't know the full substance of it. My sons really love this thing. They play. In fact, Alquill, while he was up here, he played cricket. He just went back home a couple of weeks ago, but he'll be back in the near future. But I really want to get involved in our organization, both Ravi's, be a part of our organization. I want what you all publish on your website to publish on our website as a way to promote the culture here. But all of that is things we can discuss as time go on. But more importantly, I would like one of you to emphasize what is essential. People up here in Attleboro, parents here in Attleboro, should get their kids involved, who they can sign up with right now at this juncture in time if they need. Because I would love a team to be formed up here.
Yeah.
And I want you, the professionals, now to speak to this community here in Attleboro.
Yeah, I can take on the quick one, and also Ravi can add anything else, right? So certainly they can go on to majorleaguecricket.com, and there is academy section up there. They can pick the academy section, and any kids who are interested, the parents, they can register themselves and the kids on the website. And also, they can reach out to we already have like Facebook page for New England Eagles, and you can always find us on Facebook and Twitter and all other medias. But the best resource to start registering is the majorleaguecricket.com. They can register under the academy section for Boston. And also, I think people wants to know. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go on.
And if people want to learn, it's first time you see the game, it's very confusing, right? And I think first thing people think is it goes for a week. The game goes for 5 days, right? That's what people have in mind. So when we came to this country, we were watching NFL, right? Once you start NFL on the TV, you just see a bunch of guys just tackling each other, falling on each other, right? You think like it's a wrestling match, right? But once you know the game, we're all so much hooked on to NFL game. We can't wait for Patriots or any other team to play on a Sunday. So it's such a great game, right? I think it's a lot of similarities with baseball. Once once you get into it, we have very exciting shorter version of cricket games going on, T20s, which is shorter than a baseball game, and it's very exciting game once you understand. And also, if people want to learn more, right, we are going to have some community days when we are at New England Eagles are playing in the region. Okay. So we are going to have people come there, other players, our club teams come there, We will have equipment there. People can come there and learn. So we're going to announce that on our Facebook page and everywhere else. You can just keep following it.
Beautiful.
So there will be some community days that we are planning to do a couple of days. Maybe one in Connecticut, one in Boston area. So we're always there in Rantham. We play every weekend on the Rantham area. So if anybody would stop by, there is always somebody available. They can watch the game.
Is there any
Ravi,
plans for visual aid of cricket going into schools, or any strategic plan in penetrating schools with what cricket is all about and how they can be involved?
Yes. Yeah, so the whole thing next is tackling the schools, right? As I said, we have to pick some schools. We start providing them some equipment, during their gym time, right? Whatever the gym time is, we go there every week and just introduce the kids.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, my elder son, I mentioned you before, is playing cricket. His senior project was teaching cricket in school.
Okay,
so
beautiful.
he spent the whole senior project just teaching kids cricket, and they had such a great fun, and the presentation of the project went so well. So just because of his, I didn't even tell him to do it, so I didn't even know he was doing. He asked for some cricket equipment, then I realized he was doing a senior project.
Beautiful.
So
well, we have come, Ravi Uppalapati and Ravi Ravo, we have come to the end of our program. And we are going to pick this up further. We will be in touch. And to all those who have been tuning in, I want to say thank you once again for watching Living in the 21st Century.